Imagine playing basketball, turning around and seeing your sister. Now imagine seeing double. Triplet sisters Becca, Rachel, and Jackie Chavez have been playing basketball together since the 4th grade. They are currently key players on the varsity basketball team.
Kind of like anticipate each other's moves. Like sometimes I can just throw the ball and I just know Becca's there. But we're like half of the team, like 3 players, and then you just need another 2 players, and there you go. There's 5 people.
Besides being key players on the basketball team, the girls are involved in many activities in school, including Student Council and the National Honor Society. But balancing their 2 worlds isn't always easy.
It's really hard if we have an activity for school to do with a project. We have to move it around basketball, so it can be hard at times.
But you don't get as much time to put more effort into that because you have to be committed so much to basketball.
Working with your siblings can lead to conflict, as these sisters have discovered.
Like if we're having a bad day with each other, like we're fighting, like we usually just take it out on each other when we're playing. So sometimes it gets a little aggressive between us.
But the challenges they face go beyond the court.
If there's something wrong, the doctor usually calls you back pretty quickly. And I went back to see her, and she said that I had breast cancer, which is something that no woman wants to hear.
In September 2012, the triplets' mother, Alice Chavez, was diagnosed with ductal carcinoma inside 2, the most common form of breast cancer among women, in which the cancer is encapsulated in the milk duct. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in their lifetime, but with no family history of this disease, the news came as a shock.
Well, when I went in, and she walked in, she had that look on her face that she didn't want to tell me. And the first thing I thought of was my 16-year-old triplet girls.
I didn't know how to react to it. I was just thinking about it, and I just shut down, and I didn't know how to react to what she was saying to me, and I just started crying after that.
I was really scared because I didn't want to lose my mom, so naturally I burst out into tears, and I couldn't stop crying.
Mrs. Chavez was faced with a tough choice on how to fight her cancer. In the end, she opted for a bilateral mastectomy with reconstruction, in which both breasts were removed to remove the cancer, as well as to prevent any future cancerous invasions. According to nationalbreastcancer.org, it is estimated that each year 220,000 women in the U.S. will be diagnosed with breast cancer, and more than 40,000 will die from it.
If I lost my mom, I don't know what I would have done. She's like our rock. I'm the old one, and I don't know if I would have to take the mom position. I know that's kind of difficult to imagine, not having your mom and having to take care of 2 other sisters.
It would be really hard just not to have her in our lives because she's such a big part of it, and she's so supportive of all of us, and it would just affect me and probably my sisters a lot.
The surgery lasted 12 hours, but in the end, it was successful and the cancer was removed. This September, Mrs. Chavez celebrated 1 year of being cancer-free. There is a 97% chance the cancer will not return, but she must remain under close examination for another year.
You just have to live your life to the fullest every day, and you don't know what could happen.
And definitely to tell your loved ones or your close friends you love them, because you never know what could happen.
You should really appreciate your loved ones more and tell them you love them every day, because you never know when you won't have them anymore.
And I truly feel that all this has happened for a reason. I don't think if I would have gotten my mammogram at 40 that I could have prevented this. I just think that this is kind of like my journey.
This has been Gabby Lanza reporting for CTV.